Noah, how are you doing, man?
Good.
So good to see you. Thanks for coming out.
You too. Glad to have you. Glad to be here with you.
Yeah.
So thank you.
So we're here at our Seven Peaks location in Godley, Texas, and you're down south a little bit, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
How far was the drive?
It was about a 4-hour drive.
hours?
Yeah,
Okay.
not too bad.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you here.
Absolutely. Y'all got a beautiful location here. And
thank you.
I got to tell you, when we were pulling up, Kylan and I were pulling up, and I was seeing, all of the displays and then seeing all these stacks of steel. Like, man, this is so cool. It's like my 7-year-old self got so excited.
It's the play area, and
yes.
that's how I feel too. This is kind of like my playground, and it's not really work to me. This is a fun place to come every day and see what my guys can produce. I mean, I've done it for 6 years now, but yeah, we build these every day, and it's been super fun. So I mean, I'd love to show you all the stuff that we make here. We can go down and check it out. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about how you guys got started and how all of this came to be about.
For sure. Yeah, so funny enough, I mean, we're not actually originally from Texas. We're from Arizona. Okay. And growing up, we had an uncle who loved horses and got us kind of in the team roping industry and world. And we didn't have a lot of money, so we always had to find a way to make our own pens, make our own arena so we can compete and practice. And
now, how many kids? How many of you guys?
So there's, in my family, there's 5 of us. And there's 4 boys and a girl. So I'm the oldest. And so I was originally the first one to get into the horses and got all my siblings kind of involved. So my parents weren't in it at all. Like I said, we had to find a way to make work with what we could because we didn't have a whole lot. So we decided we all took welding, and we started welding our own pens and things, and it kind of took off from there. So it was kind of funny how it all fell into place. I never would have thought I would be manufacturing horse panels for a living, right? And have a company doing that. But we originally started and built our arena out of wood, and it fell apart like within 6 months to a year. And we're like, we need something more durable. So that's when we transitioned everything into metal, and we started installing for other people. And then a few years later, when we were installing horse and livestock fencing, we actually found a product, and I'll show you this product over here. It's called continuous fence, and we were blown away by this product because it was easy to install. We set some posts and installed like a few hundred feet within a few hours.
Whoa.
And we were like, no way, we've never seen this product. And we're like,
crazy.
We got to give this to everybody. So that was our transition in Arizona from installation to manufacturing, because that's how we originally were installing just like custom barns and fencing, kind of like right here. And the continuous fence transitioned us into manufacturing for our sole purpose to help horse and livestock owners build fence themselves. And that's something that a lot of people have come to us for, is because we sell products that they can buy, take home, and we give them instructions and things that they can install themselves and save them money and time.
So this is pretty cool because you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
You guys kind of have a template where you can go in, plug and play into 100%. A space that works for you.
100%.
And you don't have to do all the engineering, designing, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
That is really, really cool. So tell me a little bit more about the family dynamic. So you're one of 5, and it sounds like it's a family business. Like, tell me about the involvement, what that looks like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So funny enough, my dad started Seven Peaks Construction back years and years ago, and it fell under kind of during the 2008 crash. So when that happened, he went and worked for the city, and my brothers, so my 2 brothers, they're younger than me, they started Seven Peaks Fence and Barn. They didn't want to get in wood and construction because that's what we grew up doing. We wanted to do something different and wanted metal. So my 2 brothers started Seven Peaks Fence and Barn under Seven Peaks Construction's license and under my dad's LLC to kind of continue on the family business per se. My dad wasn't in it when they started the fence and barn side because he had gone and worked for the city, and that was working out great for him. It was good for him. So my brothers started kind of that originally, and then I jumped on board. I was actually off on a church mission when they started it, and when I came back, I was looking for something, and I just jumped on with them, and that was right in the transition point of installation to manufacturing. So yeah, my 2 brothers, Trevor and Matt, run the operation in Arizona, and then I managed the operation here in Texas. So we were all together for 4 or 5 years, and then 2 years ago we decided to make a change and jump over here to grow our business, and I was the one to decide to make that leap, and so came here. But it's been interesting to work with family. Funny enough, like, we all grew up in the horse industry and worked together for that goal. Like, we always wanted horses, and we always went team roping together. They were my partners, right, as we competed. So, like, we know each other so well because we're brothers, right?
Yeah, of course.
That we know our strengths and we know our weaknesses, that we all kind of work really well together. We've honestly, I can't remember a time that we fought, but we've disagreed. But there's 3 of us, so if it was 2 it might be a little different, but there's 3 of us, so like if me and one of the other ones agree and maybe the third one disagrees, we all just kind of accept that maybe I need to just, I don't, maybe not agree, but we need to go that route because I'm ruled out at that point. So it's kind of how it's worked out over the last 7 years is the 3 of us, and we all kind of take a vote or have our say, and usually we're all on the same page. But if it's 2 out of 3, then we kind of just, whoever's the one that disagreed accepts the fact, and we move forward with that decision. So
that's awesome.
That's kind of honestly how we've managed it up into this point, and it's worked out great. So,
seems like it. That's pretty cool. It's always neat working with family. Like, I get to work with family too.
Yeah.
And there are downsides.
Yeah. They know all those weaknesses and strengths.
They know exactly how to dig it.
Yeah.
But it is so, one of the things that I love about, because I work really closely with my younger brother Luke.
Okay. Yeah.
And one of the things that I love about working together is, I don't know, maybe we still would be as close, but like we talk almost every day,
Sure.
Whereas, if we were in separate, businesses or industries or whatever, I don't know that we'd have that interaction.
Right.
So it's cool to have that connection and to be able to stay plugged in. So that's really neat.
For sure. And now that you say that, that's, ever since we all got married and had kids, like, because we've been in business, we've stayed so close. I don't know how it'd be if we would still be close, but not as close as we are. Because like you said, we are communicating daily, texts, Zoom calls, something. And it's like, whether it's just a business call or we're just checking in, see how things are going, we talk way more probably than I would if we weren't in business together. So it's, I'd say it's probably helped our relationship in a way, and kept us close. But I don't know what it would be like. It's hard to say.
Yeah, you don't know any different. Yeah, it's funny because we might have like a team meeting or something, and everyone's checking off, and it's like, love you, Luke.
Like,
love you,
that's
man.
My brother, by the way, if you're new here.
That's so cool. Well, okay, so I'm super excited. You were talking about the continual fencing.
Yep.
And like, that's what really, I think you said, got you into the manufacturing side, right?
Yep, exactly.
Let's see it. Let's
see
what it looks like.
Let's go. And it's just right over here. We have a display. So let's check out the continuous fence. So that was really our first product. We actually built a mock-up because we were still doing installation, and we built a mock-up. Built one, took some pictures, and we threw it on, I think it was Facebook Marketplace or something, or Craigslist. I don't remember which one it was. And we're like, hey, this is something that we feel everybody needs. Because one, again, like I said, it's easy to install, it's affordable, and it saves a lot of time. Like I said, we set a few hundred feet of fence in a few hours, and before that
awesome.
It would take us days to do a pipe fence, and weld it all up and set your posts, and this is just an easy product to make that happen quickly and affordably. So right over here is the continuous fence. We have 4, 5, and 6 rail options. So what you're gonna do, you're actually gonna just set posts.
Okay. And
then on the outside of it, you have clips and screws where you can easily screw it into your post right here.
Oh, wow.
So
these are like those self-tapping
screws.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So nobody had this available in Arizona, and I think in Texas, like, there was people building this, but nobody in Arizona. So that was our in Arizona to start manufacturing and selling this product. So we started building these, and I think after a few days when we put that on Marketplace, we had somebody call and purchase a whole truckload of it.
That is crazy. So it's like, so these are all pre-built?
Yep, so those are pre-built, and then you just get your posts, you set your posts, and then you just slap these up on the outside, throw your clips and screws in, and then we've got matching gates, we've got caps, we've got all kinds of accessories to make this easy to install for.
This is crazy, and it's so sturdy. Like,
Yeah, it's
so,
pretty solid.
So durable.
And I mean, you can make it. You can weld it still, right? If you know how to weld, there's different options. You can weld it to your post.
Okay.
You can use self-tapping screws. You can weld the clips so that, say, maybe later you did want to take it down and move it, or take it with you if you're moving.
Okay, gotcha.
You can just cut the clips off, or take the screws out, take the clips off.
And that is so cool, because you know how ranches and farm life is. Like, I gotta change this, gotta modify that. Like, that is so neat. You don't have to go in with a torch and cut it all out.
Exactly. Because when you saddle everything and weld it all in place, like, you're gonna have to cut everything down and tear it out, and you
all
can't
those
salvage.
hours of hard work.
Yep. And that's exactly what happened. Growing up, we had to change. We didn't have to, but after we used it, we're like, we wish we would have done this. So then we redesigned our property, I don't know how many times, and we're like, this product, as well as the panels that we eventually start making, is easy to make adjustments and changes or add on to as you get a bigger facility or more horses or animals. And
very cool.
So,
really neat.
So yeah, this is our continuous fence, and then really from there, we built this, started selling it, and with the same material, we started making our horse panels.
Okay.
So our horse panels come over here to our goat and sheep panels right here.
Oh, very cool. Tell me a little bit about this. I'm sorry, we'll go back to the horse panels.
For sure.
So you said this is goat and sheep.
Yep.
And then I see it has like a covering on there as well.
This is what we call our shade kit. So in Arizona, obviously there's lots of heat, lots of sun, and people wanted an easy do-it-yourself shade kit. So we sell the kits in packages as like a stall, but then you have an add-on shade kit where you get posts, you get some clamps, and then you come with the trusses and the side supports, and somebody can put this up in an hour or so, and they don't have to know, one, how to weld, two, how to build a shade. We teach them exactly how, from instructions, video and written. They get everything they need, and they can install something like this in just a short amount of time. And again, they don't have to call an installer to do it. They can do it themselves. You can have an installer still do it, but it helps our customers build fence themselves. That's what our whole goal and purpose is here at Seven Peaks.
This is so cool. Really neat.
Yeah.
And so this is like, if you're a new sheep goat owner, and you're just getting started, like, you get this kit, like, you're good to go.
So you'll get a pen to start out with. You get your shade kit, and you can house your goats or sheep or pigs or whatever you want. So that's our goat and sheep panels.
When we were kids, and we did get goats at one point, and I want to say it took us like a month of weekends to put together like the sheds and stuff. We were all out there going. This is like a couple hours, if that.
Yep, exactly. And that's what our customers love, is they'll leave us a review or text us or call us and be like, hey, literally I set your package up in just a few hours, and we were mind blown that it was that quick and easy. And that's our whole goal, is to make it easy for our customers. So yeah, and what's cool is, you could get this basic kit, you could expand, if you need a bigger kit, say you want a 10 by 20, you can easily add on to this. Say you want a 20 by 20, you can make it bigger, or add multiple pens side by side.
And again, so you just set your posts, and then like when you extend it, they just slide into each other.
Yep, you just put the next panel next to it and clamp it together.
So cool.
All of our panels are attached using panel clamps. As you know, setting up some of the round pens, they're easy to install, just a bolt and nut. And like I said, you can take them down easily. You can add new ones just side by side and do as many as you want, or make it as big as you want. So super customizable.
Really cool.
Yeah. So this is our 10 by 10. So it's kind of our standard kit, our smallest kit. And obviously with goat and sheep, you don't need a whole lot, And then we move up to over here. I'll show you. We got a 10 by 20. It's a little bit bigger, and then all our other horse panels and things that we've got.
Okay. Awesome. Oh my God, I wish we had these when we were kids.
Right? You say, yeah, I wish we had this when we were kids.
I wish we had this when we were kids, because we'd have to wrangle the goats and the sheep. And that's so cool.
That's the funny thing. I say that to myself all the time. Like, these products I wish I had when I was younger. Because like, I didn't have this type of stuff. I didn't have the knowledge of easy to install products, and one, we couldn't afford a lot. So these are affordable, and you can add on as you please. But I say that all the time. I wish I had these when I was younger. But yeah, this is our goat sheep working system. This is something we didn't have when we were in Arizona. There's not a lot of goat and sheep you know, people in Arizona, or cattle really, there is, but
This is so cool.
so we kind of have, we designed this based on the demand here in Texas, and that's kind of in business.
A lot of show goats too, and show animals.
Yep,
Yeah, okay.
exactly. So we had to kind of tweak a few things and make new products based on our customers here. So their demand was, hey, we need a goat and sheep working system as well as a cattle system, which I'll show you here in a minute. Awesome. But this is like our standard catch pen. You can run all your goat and sheep in here.
Okay.
And then say you need to, you know, run them into a trailer or whatever. You can separate, say you need to separate the babies or the mamas or whatever, you can separate them into here.
Okay.
And then say you need to work them into a trailer or whatever.
Yeah.
And then this is our sweep system right here. And what's great about this is you can, once you separated your babies or your mamas or whatever you want to do,
nice.
You can run them right in here, and then it just leads them right into whether it's your trailer, whether it's whatever you want to do. You can doctor them, whatever you need to do with them.
This is so cool.
This helps out because, like you said, I mean, when we were younger, you try and go catch the goats or even the cows. They're running wild all over pasture.
Yeah.
You're like, what do I do?
Oh.
And this can catch them, contain them, and easily round them up. I've used this on my property as well as the cattle system, and it saves so much time. So.
This is so neat. Yeah, I remember. And we also had Nubians.
Okay.
So we would milk them.
Yep.
So, you know, to be able to get them in a chute and fly spray them. And
exactly.
So cool. This is amazing.
So, you know,
really,
we've got a
cool.
little gate up there that you can get as well, and then like I said, they're easily customizable. So say you got a big herd or you add to your herd, you can make a bigger pen, you can change the layout however you want.
Bigger.
Yep, exactly. So
really?
We have our kits kind of built out depending on how many animals you have.
Okay, so you have recommendations depending on.
Exactly.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So a setup like this, like how many animals, you know?
This one I think is about, you know, comfortably, you could probably do 15 to 25 goats and sheep.
Yeah, easy, looks like, yeah.
Yep, and that's pretty, you know, you're probably not going to keep them in here full time, you know, but to round them up and get them and work them,
and
good 15 to 20.
And what I'm seeing is like, not only do you save time in the setup of what you're doing, but like this is a tool. That
100%.
saves you so much time, because
Yep.
anybody who's wrangled sheep and goats,
they'll run all over the place unless you've got them really trained and worked them well to where they follow you. Then
it's like herding cats. Yeah.
But so this is our standard system. You can add as many pens or as big as you want, and you know, it's a great little product. You said like a tool, you know, it's a tool for them to use and save time, and yeah, great product. So
cool.
And then we move over here to our cattle system. So we'll go past that. So our cattle system is actually the same setup, and we built this before our goat and sheep system because here in Texas there's so many ranchers, so many cattle owners. And another advantage of something like this, even the goat and sheep system, is say you have different properties. You can take it down and you can move it if you're going to be moving herds around. Set it up quickly. I think we set this up, this system right here, in about, me and another guy, about an hour and a half.
I believe it. I believe it just from setting up the round pens, like, and how quickly that went. Like, I believe it. So cool.
So same thing as the goat and sheep system. We've got a catch pen, and then you can move in here. You can separate the calves from the mamas, or separate the bull out, whatever you want to do. Push them into the separator pen. And then we've got the same type thing. We've got a 90-degree sweep, which pushes them into an alley. So you can doctor them in there, or you can run them into a trailer. And something that's different about this one compared to the goat and sheep is, say a cow turns back on you, we've got a bunch of different catch points.
That's pretty cool.
To where the gate's not getting you in and taking you out.
Busted in the mouth with the gate.
Because that can definitely, that I've had a handful of friends that have really gotten injured from cow turning back and hitting the gate.
Wow.
So this is our, again, our standard cattle working system.
And Jeff, I love the handling position, because when you're working on horseback, you know, it's just so easy. This is like perfect level where you can reach down and pull it up, having to hang off your pony saddle.
For sure.
I love it. It's ideal. So cool.
Yep. So it's a great little, it's a great tool too. You know, it's a great little latch that's worked really well for us. Our cowboy latch is what we call that. So
that's awesome. That's so handy right there. And then, yeah, that's the other cool part about it. Just the gravity it's so cool.
Yep.
You guys thought of everything. Really neat.
So this was, again, something that we didn't have when we came to Texas, but from the demand of people calling in about, you know, continuous fence and panels, like, you guys have a cattle working system. We did it. And when we get asked over and over and over again about certain things, we know there's a need, and so we wanted to make sure, you know, our customers could have exactly what they need here in the area. So
I love that.
cattle systems have been a fantastic product here in Texas for us, and people have loved it. We went and visited the guy the other day, and he's like, I'm new into the cattle industry. I had no idea what I needed and what to get. And I drew something up, and he's like, I saw your Facebook ad, I saw you on, you know, something, and I went and looked, and it was exactly what I drew up and what I needed. I'm like,
that's awesome.
That is cool. And he's like, and for the price that I would have had to build that, I didn't know how to weld, is what he said. So he didn't know how to weld, and the price for pipe and to build something like this would have cost him 3 to 4 times the amount of what it costs to buy and set it up quickly and just have it done and ready to work your cattle in.
So for like the first time cattle owner, whether you've been doing it for years and years, or if you're just getting set up and just kind of figuring things out, like, this is ideal because you guys have done all the thinking, you have all the experience, you can give recommendations as to how to set it up, all that kind of stuff is so cool.
And a lot of people, they say, hey, I have 2 properties, you know, I want to take it down and move it when I'm moving my cattle during the summer months or during, you know, the winter months. And that's what a lot of people do. They'll, you know, move their cattle around. And
this is so easy to move.
Exactly.
So easy
and
to move.
Quick and easy to set up. This whole system stacks on about 10 feet by 8 feet and is only about probably 4.5, 5 feet tall.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah. So not too bad at all.
Very cool.
This is our slide gate, is what we call this.
Watch your hat, sorry.
So our slide gate works great for, say you got a chute and you want to keep a cow from backing up, or say you don't have a chute and you want 2 of these to use kind of as your chute. We sell a lot of these to our customers to shut the cows off from moving around or from getting into the chute, too many in the chute at once. So we sell these separately from our kits, but yeah, these are our slide gates, and you can get 1, you can get 2, and they've been working out really good for us. So
very cool. Yeah. I mean, it's so handy to have a slide gate too, because not every, you know, when you back up that trailer, if you have something you have to swing, hey, you know how it is. You make do with what you got, but when you're working on something that's homemade and rigged up and a cow jumps out, you know, that might be another 2 hours of your day wasted.
So like at my house, you know, how I use this gate, I back up my trailer. I don't have an actual slide gate on my trailer. It's the one that swings open, right? So if I swing my gate open, I don't want my cows just taking off through here and running away, right? So with my slide gate, I'm able to get them up here, and when I'm ready, open it and run them up into the trailer.
That's awesome.
So
very cool.
And then from the continuous fence, we moved into our horse panels. We were able to make these panels out of the same material that we used for continuous fence. So it was kind of one of those things where, like, why not make horse panels? It's kind of the same customer, same clientele, that we can add another product with the same material. Because, you know, adding material and different things adds, you know, more money when you're manufacturing. So we wanted to keep our costs down and make some more products for our customers. But we started off with our standard horse panels, which are 4 and 5 rail, and this is one of our 5 rail standard horse panels. And the difference between these and our heavy duty are our crimped rails. So they're actually like a pinched and they're welded on, compared to our heavy duty, they're saddled or coped, and they fit around the pipe and welded. So they still hold up very well. These are all out of 14 gauge material, just like our heavy duty. So it's the same thickness, it's just a smaller diameter. This is 1.25 inches, and our heavy duty is 1 5/8. So so we've got like we put everything that we sell into like a kit. So we've got our stall kits, we've got multiple stall kits, we've got different size stall kits, and then we've got, you know, our round pens and cattle working systems and different things from there. So So from continuous fence, we came to our standard panels, and then we had a lot of people asking, well, in Arizona, we have a lot of tip trainers for Mustang trainers.
Sure.
And there's requirements there when you're getting a wild Mustang, right? And so there was nobody who was selling the right panels that met those requirements. So we came out with our heavy duty 6 foot tall all inch and 5 to meet those specs.
That makes sense. Really quick, so I love the way that these panels clamp together, right? Because you know, your traditional panels, they kind of hook into each other.
Right.
A horse might bump into it and your whole pin falls falls apart. And then like once these are up, like you know, you're going into like the tip trainers and the Mustangs.
Right.
You know, because when you're starting a young horse, you know, it might be crashing up against there.
Exactly.
And the last thing you want to worry about, and I can tell you from experience, is a horse, especially a wild horse, crashing outside of that round pin.
100%.
You know, either getting loose or getting hurt, or whatever the case might be. So I just love the design that it's so safe, it's secure, and it's easy to do, because as secure as this is, you get your right tool, you can undo it, and reconfigure however you want. It's so cool.
And one of those things too is, you know, a lot of those panels that do have the pins, they kind of rattle and make more noise, which could spook them even more, right? So with this system, you know, they're tightly secured, they're not gonna move, nothing really makes a lot of noise, and it's gonna be super secure for you, you know, with those wild horses.
I love it, this is awesome.
Even your gentle horses,
yeah,
you know, it's just great. And these are our travel panels. So I don't know how many of your customers or how often you travel with your horses. But you know, when you're out on the road or at a rodeo or competition, you need to keep your horse somewhere. So we've come up with our travel panels that are just like all our other products, and we use clamps to connect them together, and you can throw them in your truck bed or in your stud stall in your trailer, and we've, you know, customers have loved our travel panels.
This is so cool, because there are a lot in our audience that do trail riding.
Right.
They'll camp overnight with their horses. There are people who do competitive trail riding.
Right.
Or if you rodeo or whatever, like it's nice to have a little area where your horse can kind of stretch and be off, and you know, it's secluded. This is really neat. And so like what's the weight on the, oh my gosh.
Each panel is 20 pounds. So like almost anyone should be able to lift each panel, you know, and so you can throw your horse in, you can easily set it up. I set this up by myself in, you know, like 6 minutes.
So I want you guys at home to see this, because like this is like finger light, but I mean it's still substantive and durable, where this is going to hold a pony for you. You know, this is so cool.
So again, for camping, you know, you can go set up, this is our basic kit, it's like a 10 by 10, but say you wanted to make it a little bit bigger or put it up against your trailer, this would make a little bit bigger pin if you rounded it out a little bit. So we have, you know, you can buy it by the panel and make as big as a pin as you want, or you get the kit, and I'm pretty sure this kit is about $450, so it's a very affordable travel panel set.
Wow, yes, that is incredible. This is really cool. So neat. I love this. So I still can't get over just how light these are, and they seem, is this the same gauge metal as the other stuff?
Exactly, same gauge material as our standard and heavy duty products. It's all 14 gauge. We got 1 1/4 rails, 1 5/8 posts. So these are a solid panel and durable.
This is amazing, because like, you know how it is. If you're traveling and you've got these panels, you know, last thing you want to do is have to like haul these heavy panels, but these are nothing. This is so cool, and it's strong.
And again, we keep costs down by keeping it bare raw steel, and we've had a lot of people paint them themselves turquoise or you know neon green or pink or whatever they want to, you know, so when they're down the road they stand out, and everybody loves them. So
that is so cool. These are amazing. So tell me a little bit about the finish, because I know, you know, you've got that raw steel that you're working with. Tell me about that.
So this is from day one, we've sold all our products bare raw steel. And the reason for that is we're focusing on keeping our costs down as low as we can, as we possibly can. And if we start adding painted products, which we're working on a painted lineup, but that adds costs, and we're trying to save our customers money. We're also focusing on do it yourself, right? So we always push our clients to say, hey, this is our products, we sell it bare raw steel. If you do want it coated, You can coat it yourself. It's going to take a little more time, but it's also going to save you a lot of money doing it yourself.
Pick the color that matches.
Pick the color you want.
Yeah.
Exactly. Paint it. Match your house, match your horse, whatever you want. And that way we can keep our costs down, because when we start adding the paint, cost just goes higher and higher. And our goal is to make it affordable, and that's what we're really shooting for. Awesome. Love it. Yeah.
Love it. And I love that, like, it's quality steel. We were talking earlier about, like, it's a commodity, right?
Yep.
And so potentially you could get a pin and then that
price goes up. Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty funny how that works, because years and years ago we were getting it for very, very cheap, and nowadays, steel has gone up quite a bit. So say you bought a round pen years ago, it could be worth more than what you paid for it, for sure.
Sure. And you guys do a good job, like you're saying, with cost, trying to make it as affordable as possible. And so when a lot of other companies were hiking up prices during COVID, you guys tried to, as much as possible, to stay where you were, which was incredible until you it's commodity, so you have to make those adjustments.
Yeah.
But it just speaks to the heart of trying to make a product that is affordable for your clients, which is awesome.
Yeah, and that's really what we strive for. And like you said, we for years we didn't raise our pricing at all, and it still does fluctuate up and down every week, and prices got really high in COVID, and we kept it the same. And we have had to raise our prices once or twice over probably a 6-year span.
Wow.
And without, moving our prices too much, we're really hoping our customers can, one, plan for a purchase, right?
Yeah.
And afford it. That's our goal. So, yeah.
I'm gonna roll right into this. Can you talk about planning for a purchase or affording it? I think you guys offer like some type of like finance plans and stuff like that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we do offer financing. It's not in-house, but we have a program through Wells Fargo that we have a few different plans. You can get 12 months, no interest if paid in full. So that,
that
say,
is awesome.
You wanted even a round pen, whatever it may be, you can plan for 12 months and get an affordable round pen and pay that off over 12 months. Obviously we recommend that. We don't want you paying it after that to add the interest, right?
Yeah.
But interest free for 12 months.
That's crazy.
Most
That's
payments
awesome.
are pretty affordable.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So tell me a little bit about these gates. I love these, especially because on my round pin, I've got, we elected for the big wide gate, which is nice because it's taller than most round pins. You can actually duck and ride your horse under it. But also for these cattle working systems, again, you can take your horse right through the handles at a height where you can just pull up from horseback comfortably. Tell us, why did you go this route, and tell me a little bit about that.
Well, there's really two reasons. When you're working cattle, you don't want a small gate to get them through, right? So mainly for cattle, obviously horses as well. It's a big, nice open gate that you can just open, and you could almost come sideways through it rather than having to go straight through, just like you showed on a bunch of your videos. So that is huge. Another big factor is on the round pens. A lot of companies don't have them wide enough to get a quad or a tractor through to work up the dirt. Okay? So this is a great size to get almost anything. Not a huge tractor. Yeah. But you can get your quad. You can get side by side. You can get a smaller skid steer in.
Absolutely.
Especially even with the stalls. Say you wanted to have a stall with this gate.
Yep.
Even if it was just on the back side for cleaning out the stall with the skid steer later on, and you had a smaller gate on the front. This is super convenient.
These are nice,
for those types of things. Yeah.
So cool. So you guys do some customization. Tell me a little bit about that, because it sounds like you guys are customer oriented and want to make sure that you can set people up for what's going to work for them.
Exactly. If a customer calls in and needs a small change on our product, say they needed this cowboy latch a little bit lower due to their height, we can definitely do that. If they call in and request that when ordering, say they wanted a chain and chain keeper, which we have on our other products, we can definitely add that. If they wanted, different rail spacing and those types of things where it's going to change our jigs, we typically don't do that. But small customizations that fit on our current products, it's super easy for us to do, and we're more than happy to do that for them.
That is so cool. And you guys build and construct everything right here? Everything
right here, as well as in our Arizona location. So where you're going to go pick it up and buy it from, as of right now, that is where we're building all the products. So
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That's so neat. So you were saying, like, when somebody buys a horse, you pretty much have everything to get them equipped with what they need?
Exactly. So when somebody's bringing a new horse home, or their first time horse owner, right? What do they need? They're going to need a place to keep the horse. They're going to need a stock tank, and they're going to need a feeder, right? We don't supply the feed, obviously, but we're going to have everything for their housing containment. And so we sell stock tanks. We sell our wall stall feeders, as well as a few other hay feeders that if you have them out in the pasture, we sell those as well. But everything a customer needs, from shade, from stalls, we got them covered. So
that's awesome.
Check this out. I really want to show you some of our products that we're really happy to have, and a lot of customers have asked for years and years, is how can I easily add wood to my panels? Well, we actually have our wood panel clamps that we sell, and you can easily attach wood to most of our products. This is a 2x10 board.
Okay.
You just get at Home Depot. We don't sell the wood. You come back and you cut it to the length in between panels. You easily clamp it on with this clamp, and you've got a stalled basically panel in it.
Wow.
And,
so like if you were to set this up in your barn,
yep,
you know, you could have a solid divider between the horses where they can't nip or kick at each other, that kind of thing. This is so, and it just clamps in like the rest of your hardware and stuff clamps in. This is so neat.
Yep. Yep. So I actually have this exact setup in my barn, and why I did it in my barn is full steel metal sheeting, right?
Okay.
And I don't want my horses kicking through that steel sheeting.
Yeah.
It could be pretty dangerous. So I lined my barn with panels with wood, so that if they kick, they're going to be hitting the wood rather than going through the steel.
So you've got a kick wall all the way around to keep them safe.
And what's nice about it, say a horse does kick it and it breaks it,
okay,
well, you just unscrew it and replace it, and it's easy. A lot of the other panels that have wood, you're going to have to cut off some of the, the flat strap and different things to add the wood in, and it's a lot more difficult.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
This makes it super easy, and it really makes a cool look, whether it's for your stall or even your round pen. Say you wanted to add wood on the bottom rail to keep your sand in, or your nice dirt that you spent all this money on for a nice round pen.
Sure.
You can put a board or 2 boards or 3 boards on your round pen.
That is so cool. Around the arena, or what?
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Very neat. This is so cool.
So that's our.
Yeah, so I mean, you got it all. Like, this is one-stop shop.
Yep.
Just pick up your horse from the sale.
Yep.
Your next stop is here.
Come to Seven Peaks and we'll get you lined out. So when you're at home, you can set something up super quickly and easily, and spend more time with your animals. The whole reason why you got them, right? You don't want to waste time on doing all this. You just want to get out there and ride and enjoy
I'd much rather spend time with my horse than, construction and welding and, all this.
Frustrating because you don't know how to do something and you get mad and have to come back later. Yeah, this is easy to put up, and you can get it up quick and enjoy your animals, and that's what our hope is.
And top-notch quality, and just the forethought and everything, the way that the clamps are designed and the space and everything, the spacing, like the safety aspect of it, like having that peace of mind knowing that your ponies are going to be okay. That's huge. It's awesome.
For sure.
Very cool. So tell me a little bit about the shade that you have on these stalls, because this is really cool. I'd never seen shade kits like this until Seven Peaks. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so in Arizona, we have a lot of people who want to keep their horse shaded, and out of the weather during those hot summer months, So this is where we first come up with this concept. Okay. And really it's a few posts, it's some trusses and some supports in the tin, and they all are clamped and screwed together, that can go with most of our stall kits, depending on obviously the size. But our standard kits, 10 by 20 and 20 by 20, we have shade kits for those. And say again, if you wanted to add as many as you wanted to going, say you wanted 10 stalls going that way because you had 10 horses, well, you can just keep adding stalls and keep adding shade and make it as big and as long as you want. This
is so cool, because like the cost of building something like this, a covered area, the wells, all of that is like, that's just nuts. And then the speed of which that you can all of a sudden, for trainers out there, people training horses, all of a sudden you can overnight have a space to have 6 more client horses that are undercover, taken care of, plenty of room, and this feels really good, really spacious. Lots of good clearance. You know, you could even have draft horses in here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tall enough.
It's over 8 feet tall.
It's awesome.
As far as height. And yeah, like you said, we've had it for a lot of trainers. So say they had 5 more clients come in, they can come and pick them up and set them up that day. You can get more clients immediately. Boarding facilities, a lot of boarding facilities we sell to because they're wanting to, you know, make more money and get more clients. And we've been able to, you know, provide multiple boarding facilities with everything they need for their facility. So it's been really cool. They, you know, or say something happens or whatever, and we had a big storm in Arizona where it knocked down a whole boarding facility of products that they originally had built. It wasn't our products.
Okay.
And they came in and they bought all of our stuff to get that up and going within, you know, a few days.
Right back up on their feet.
Exactly.
Business as usual.
Yep.
That's nuts. That's really cool. So another thing too is I get a lot of young professionals who come to me and like, it's so hard to get started in the horse world.
Yeah.
You know, everything is so expensive and this and that. I mean, I look at what you've done here is one, you know, you've reduced costs significantly. If you're a young trainer and, you know, you get yourself booked out and you know you're having, not only can you get this for a fraction of the price of what it would cost you to build it, but then with the financing option that you guys have with Wells Fargo, now you can actually like plan, okay, I've got this much coming in, you can budget, you can run it like a business, you know, make sure that you're hitting your numbers, and you can have a good plan so that you can make sure that, you know, you stay in the black and not in the red.
Exactly.
Which is really, really cool. So for any young trainers out there that are watching, you know, saying, oh, it's impossible, like you guys have made that possible, and you guys have thought of everything.
Right, and what's cool is you don't have to start off big right off the bat, right? And that's where a lot of people may go wrong because they're like, I need to have 10 stalls right now and have 10 clients, right? Well, just start off with 1 client, 1 stall, 1 shade, 1, you know, feeder stock tank, and when you're ready and profitable and want to move on to multiple clients, you can do that easily with our products.
You can like snap it on like a Lego set.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Way cool. So tell me a little bit about your round pins and how that started.
Yeah, so we started out with a continuous fence, moved into our standard panels, and then we had a lot of people asking for heavy duty products for Mustangs, right? So tip trainers, there's requirements to adopt a wild Mustang that a lot of other panel companies didn't have. So 1 5/8, the 6 foot tall was a huge factor and a requirement when adopting a Mustang, and so that's what we catered these panels towards. So we started out with our 6 foot high heavy duty panels, and as you can see here, you know, it's great for our round pins, you know, because you're training wild horses. You don't want them jumping out, you don't want them, you know, to think they can, and that's what, you know, we've really catered towards is the Mustang, but also, you know, a lot of trainers, you know. And so we have 40, 50, and 60 foot sizes, just depending on whether you're going to be working them on the ground or say you want a little bit bigger to be on horseback, you know. So depending on your needs, we have the different sizes. You can also get them in any of our panel lineup, our 4 and 5 rail standard, as well as our 5 rail and 6 rail heavy duty. But our 6 rail, again, is going to be that 6 feet high and all 1 5/8, super solid panel. Again, all of them with our panel clamps that really make it sturdy.
I love that. And so so you designed these with these Mustangs in mind.
100%.
And when you're talking about a wild Mustangs, these are horses who sometimes will charge, sometimes, you know, they don't know any better. They haven't been handled, they're kicking at stuff. Shoot, they'll try to come over the top.
Oh yeah, and I've seen it. Yeah, and I've seen it.
It's incredible what they can do.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty neat, knowing that that's where you started, where it's something that a wild horse like this can hold up to them. And it's more than just holding them, it's a safety thing, right?
100%.
Because if they have, you know, you've seen, I'm sure, those pot metal panels that, you know, they drop and they ding, right? A horse can stick their head through there, you know, shards of metal, it's all kinds of just safety issues there. But knowing that they're solid like this is incredible.
Yeah, so as far as safety goes, I mean, they're not gonna move, they're super solid, the clamps hold them together really well.
Okay.
There's no points up top where they can get their hooves, you know, stuck up there. You know, again, they're 6 feet tall to keep them from wanting to think about jumping out or anything. So they're a really great product. Again, We named them actually the Mustang panels because that's what got us into building these products, was all the Mustang trainers.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're so popular right now. You know, a lot of people are doing these wild to mild, you know, where they're taking in these Mustangs and working with them and gentling them. And it's so good. And I like what you said where they won't even think about it. And it's there's that preemptive part. You know, if you got a good product, you can put your horse, and then you have that peace of mind that horse literally isn't even going to think about it because it's not an option in their mind.
Exactly.
And so you're not creating a bad habit where they start to learn to jump out of things and bust through things.
100%.
That's awesome.
And you talked about, or actually with you, your goal was wanting an escape panel. And so another safety issue here is you needed a way for people to escape easily if there was something going on with a horse or an accident happened, or for somebody to get in quickly, or a trainer to get in easily to help with their students. And we actually designed that specifically for you. So how's that working for you?
I love my escape panel. It is so cool. When they were coming out the truck and I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. It's so cool. And what I love about it is first of all, most people, you know, when clients come or they're doing lessons, they don't even know it's there, right?
Right.
And then when they realize, like, oh shoot, that is so cool. What is that? You can just duck in and duck out. And it gives you so much more, like you said, accessibility to jump in there, help a student if they need it, or if something's going wrong and you need to get out, you know, give that horse some space, you can just duck out from underneath there and get out of there pretty quick.
Right.
Which is, I mean, that is so cool. Yep. And I've never seen any other panel I've never anything like that.
Never seen or heard of that before. So you're the first person. So we built it specifically for you. And what that consists of is literally just a missing area where there's no rails or anything in the way to where somebody can easily dive through here. I don't have any here at this location, but you have some at your place. So
yeah, I've got some at my place, and we'll be sure to show it so people can see what they look like, because it's a game changer. We talked earlier about, like, it's so cool. Like, the stuff that you guys create has so much utility. It is a tool.
100%.
And just as a time savings.
Right.
You know, if you're working several horses or you're teaching a lesson, you know, where you can duck in, duck out, you know, you're not gonna have to go all the way to the gate, worry about letting the horse out, worry about the safety of the student, you know, the horse getting distracted. It's just such a good tool, and you guys make these products with how your customer is going to use them.
Right.
And that is what I love about Seven Peaks. You know, from the affordability to, you know, you guys do payment plans, you make stuff that's functional. So cool, so cool.
Yeah, and one thing that you just said that I didn't even think about was, say, specifically for trainers like at your place, say you do have multiple round pens and you're one instructor trying to instruct all your students, you can go jump in easily.
It is so nice. And the way we have it, you know, with the 6 that you have in there, basically it's like in the middle.
Okay.
And then on the edges of the other one, so like it is just so easy to just duck and duck out and give people the help that they need. And it's pretty cool because, like, in between the round pins there's a little space where now you can do a demo with a horse, so that everyone's in their round pen, and it's set up really cool.
I can't wait to come see it.
I know, I can't wait to have you guys, because it's going to be fun. You guys are going to see how we have it all set up, and it's such, again, going back to that utility, you know, like, they're stout, they're nice, but as far as, like, you know, time is money. And so, like, the more that you can save time and be efficient, makes things so much easier.
Yeah, especially as a business, a horse trainer. You're gonna, you know, learn that as a horse trainer. Every second counts, and and you need that, and that's what we're geared towards, is helping our customers save time on building products, but also, as I can see, is even jumping in for a round pen to save a little bit of time. That helps out there too.
100%. Well, thanks so much, Jeff.
Thank you so much.
Walked us through the whole lineup.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun. Just all the way from the goat and sheep pins, all the way to the, you know, the stuff that I love.
Yep. So we've got
your horse products.
We've got horse products, we got cattle products, we got goat and sheep products. Anything you need pertaining to fencing and getting started as a new horse owner or even a new trainer, you know, we're really hoping to help as many people as we can across the whole country. Well, I'm super excited to show you know exactly pretty much how these products are built, and again, everything that we build is built here at this location. So if you're coming to pick anything up, that's where we build it. Whether you're in Arizona or here in Texas currently, this is where we build it all. So come on with me and I'll show you exactly how it all works. Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. So as you saw this morning when you guys came in, there was a semi, right?
Yeah.
So that is the first process really of where it all begins. Is the semi comes in with all the steel and it's unloaded by our loading team. So as you can see here, we have bundles. We call these bundles of pipe steel. So again, it's a commodity. It gets, you know, over time the pricing fluctuates, and this is how it all comes in.
Gotcha.
So a full bundle of pipe. So we have different sizes for, so our heavy duty is all 1 5/8".
Okay.
Our standard panels are 1 1/4". And we've got obviously some different flat straps and different things that we use for other products. But as you can see here,
how many in a bundle?
It depends on the size. So most of the bundles are about this, you know, the same size.
Okay, gotcha.
But if it's a bigger diameter of pipe, then it's going to be less material. So like our 2 3/8 is like 37 in a bundle. I think these 1 5/8 are like 90. Maybe I think they're 67.
Okay, and then what's the gauge on those? And tell us a little bit about like how gauge works.
Yeah, so gauge, it's kind of funny how it works. The higher the gauge, the thinner the material. So as you can see on this is an 1 5/8", and all the products that we build are made out of 14 gauge material. So 14 gauge is a little bit lower, so it's going to get thicker. There's also 10 gauge, there's 11 gauge.
Wow. Okay.
Most of our competitors and the panel companies are actually selling their panels and building them out of 18 to 20 gauge. So it's a thinner material.
Okay.
And so a thinner material, it's not as strong as durable as a thicker material like we produce here at Seven Peaks Fence and Barn. So,
awesome.
All right, so I got a surprise for you. We've been working hard on this product, and this is the revolving door panel that you were talking about, that you were dying for.
Oh my goodness.
What are your thoughts?
This is so cool, Jeff. This is awesome. This is far better than anything that I that I imagined. And what I love is, I mean, obviously always looking at thinking about safety and making sure
100%.
that the horses are going to be solid. Like the way this is built and designed, it's nice and tight. This is like it's so cool. Oh man. And so the idea here is you're going to be able to put like your tack, there's going to be a saddle rack on here, place to hang your steady stick, lead rope, halter, and you've got all your tools here where once you put them there, you don't got to hike them all the way around through the gate. You can just, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
So we're gonna, it's not completely finished yet, but we wanted to kind of show you and give you the idea, but there is gonna be a saddle rack on here somewhere, some hooks and things, and that way when you're in the round pen and you want to, you know, get your saddle in there and then get your saddle out,
flip it back.
you can easily flip it in and out. So
this is so cool. Wow.
Is that kind of what you were thinking of?
This is amazing, and I've never seen anything like this.
Me either.
Before, and so it's always just something like a concept. Oh man, again, going back to what you're talking about efficiency, especially if you're a trainer and you're working tons and tons of horses, you know, just those little things make such a difference.
100%.
Setting it up and putting you and your horse in a position where things are just easier and more convenient. And then nowadays saddles are so heavy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So walk me through how did you come up with this, and why is this something you feel like would be so needed for a horse trainer specifically, because that's who would use kind of something like this, right?
Yeah, 100%. You know, if you're working, you know, when I was young, I'd work at like 10, 12 horses a day, right?
Wow.
And so like that's a lot of horses. And when you have all of that time that you're spending, you know, taking one saddle into the round pen, taking it out, switching out blankets, you know, cleaning blankets between, you know, you're literally having to go back and forth or over the round pen, you know, because there's really not enough room between the rails to fit all of your tack and stuff. And so I always thought, man, wouldn't it be awesome if there was, if there was like a panel where I could set the saddle, the stuff I needed, I have my horses set up, you know, and then I could just flip it around and there it is right there, and I could put it on this horse and I'm done, I could flip it back. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh my God, I'm impressed.
Well, good. We've been ecstatic about this. We've been dying to show it to you.
Oh, wow.
We've had to work through a few different versions of it, but it's finally, I think we're about there, and we're gonna add some saddle racks and all the hooks and everything on here for you.
Oh my God, I just love it. And there's there's so many people who just like, you know, hauling those heavy saddles, it's a lot.
It is.
You know? And so anything that you can do to make it easier for people
100%.
to work with their horse, take away barriers that might keep someone from working with their horse.
Right.
Jeff, you guys about done your
Boom. You got it. We're super excited. I can't wait to have it finished and show you and have you try it out.
So this is really cool because like this goes back to like the functionality of all of Seven Peaks products, because it turns this into like, it is a tool that has so much utility that helps you do your job 100%. Faster, more efficiently, safer. This is huge. Yeah. This is huge. Oh, this is so cool.
So you're the first person to ever see that, obviously, other than, you know, a few of us who have been working on this. So don't tell anybody yet until
Mom's the word.
Until we're out. But this is going to be a huge, you know, a huge thing, and we're excited to get you the first one once it's all finished.
Oh, this is exciting. This is so cool, so slick the way you guys have it set up.
Yep.
Oh man.
And you got this, you know, the slam latch that just easily you can, you know, you don't want to throw it too hard, but
that is awesome. Whoa. Oh shoot. And you can open it from both directions.
Both sides.
Really easy.
Yep. Say you needed to use it as a door too. You could sneak in here if you needed to.
Yeah, that's true. That's so cool. Gotta keep the kids from spinning around.
Yeah, it's gonna be a merry-go-round here pretty soon.
Oh wow, that's awesome. This is so cool. Oh wow. Tell me a little bit about the process, you know, so, you know, designing it, putting it together, what did that look like?
Yeah, really, honestly, I kind of just sat down and thought through what you had told me, what you were looking to build. And so I kind of started talking to some of the, you know, our production team and the people who build this type of stuff to kind of throw ideas off each other. So we were like talking, and we all had different ideas, which, you know, that's what's great about talking to other people, is they tell you things you might not think of, right? So we honestly sat down and chatted about different ideas, and then I kind of sketched out one original, which actually this is one of the first ones over here that we did. And as you can see here, there's no middle rail all the way through.
Okay.
And so we felt like it would be better to have a full middle rail for better stability when you're putting saddles and more things on. So
makes sense.
We built it originally like this, and then I had my team work on that other one, and we had to draw it all out, and then we kind of just try a few different versions. We come up with a few different versions to see which one works best, and then, you know, ultimately we come to a conclusion. And obviously you got to go put it to use to see really if it's going to work well. So there may even be some modifications in the future, but we just kind of trial and error, and once we get it there, then we get it out and try it and get feedback and make some adjustments. So
that is awesome, Jeff. This is amazing. Really, really cool.
Well, I'm excited. I can't wait to have you try it.
Oh, same here. Same here.
I know. So you just saw where we build everything. Once it's all built, this is where we come and stack it all. So this is all of our built material and products from.
So this is the end product.
End product, yeah. So it's all kind of stacked out here, and this is where our team then comes, pulls what they need for orders, and that way it can go out for delivery, which we offer delivery, or people coming to pick up. We have everything ready. If you ordered, you know, beforehand, it's ready right when you come in, so we can get you in and out as quickly as possible. So that's again our goal. We're always trying to make things efficient and quick for the customer.
I saw that when I pulled up, you guys were loading someone out, and you know, like clockwork, you know, the guys were on it, getting them loaded up, strapped down, and heading out.
100%. So we've got all of our panels lined up, our gates, our combos, our bow gates, and as you can see, our mountain of panels here.
Yeah,
that's a lot of panels. Panels that this makes up, you know, stall kits, round pins, arenas, cattle working systems. These products do a lot of different things for us and help all of our customers. So
that is awesome.
So yeah, but it's been real fun having you out today, Noah. Thank you so much.
It has been our pleasure. Thanks for having us.
So glad to have you.
You too, Jeff.